Thanks for joining us. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un and South Korean President Moon Jae-in have agreed to end the state of war between their two countries and rid the Korean peninsula of nuclear weapons. The promises came after Kim made history today, becoming the first North Korean leader to visit the South since the Korean War ended with an armistice in 1953. This evening, Kim and his wife Ri Sol-jul attended a banquet hosted by the Moons at the demilitarized zone in Panmunjom. Kim heralded the beginning of a warm spring during the banquet. Seoul and Pyongyang pledged to work with China and the U.S. this year to declare an official end to the Korean War and seek an agreement to establish permanent and solid peace. Jeff Tang recaps the day's events.
If you are a Korean, this might be the icebreaker you've been waiting for your entire life. With this small step, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un crossed the world's most heavily armed border and turned a new chapter in the history of the two Koreas. Kim greeted South Korean President Moon Jae-in, then invited Moon to cross briefly back into the north with him, hand in hand, before returning to the southern side. Kim was given the full red carpet treatment, including a military band in traditional garb, which did not play the national anthem, but the folk song Arirang, often considered the unofficial anthem of Korea. Their small steps at the demilitarized zone symbolized a giant leap in relations between the two hostile neighbors, who seemed at times to be on the verge of nuclear war last year after Pyongyang unleashed a spate of weapons tests. After a morning meeting discussing denuclearization, the leaders planted a pine tree that dates back to the end of the Korean War, using water and soil from both countries. They then unveiled a stone monument engraved with Korean characters, meaning planting peace and prosperity. Echoing scenes from South Korea's greatest exports, sentimental TV dramas, the duo continued to reconcile with a short walk along a footbridge at the border before sitting down for a chat. After the courtship, it was down to business. Kim and Moon signed a pact to end hostilities by the end of the year and agreed to rid the peninsula of nuclear weapons. The declaration included promises to pursue phased military arms reduction, cease hostile acts, and transform the fortified border into a peace zone. Kim, who earlier joked that he was sorry for waking Moon up with his early morning missile tests, pledged that he would stick to their agreement. Their highly anticipated meeting comes weeks before Kim is due to meet US President Donald Trump to discuss denuclearization. China applauded the two Koreas for taking a historic step toward peace, with the foreign ministry saying that Beijing wishes the meeting will achieve a positive result. But even before today's events unfolded, Trump almost seemed agitated that he would be denied the satisfaction of being credited as the one to denuclearize North Korea.
They've given up denuclearization, testing, research. We're going to close different sites. And I'm saying to myself, wait a minute, all of these things he's given up, and we haven't even really that much asked him, because we would have asked him, but they gave it up before I even asked.
Trump is scheduled to meet Kim in May or June. Jeff Tang, TVB News.